Hey, welcome! Today, we're going to unpack a software development model that's really built for just one thing: growth. We're talking about creating software that doesn't just launch and fizzle out, but actually scales right along with your biggest ambitions. So let's get right into it.
So, let me ask you a question. Does this sound familiar? You've got this amazing idea for a product, but you keep getting stuck, hitting the exact same roadblocks. Delays, missed deadlines, and a timeline that just seems to stretch on forever. It's a super common frustration, and honestly, it's the perfect place to start our conversation today.
Okay, so before we can really appreciate the solution, we have to get a handle on the problem. Let's call it the development dilemma. It's basically a collection of all those common pitfalls that can completely derail even the most promising software projects out there.
And here they are, the classic symptoms. Your budget is just getting eaten alive by constant reworks and fixes. Development is moving at a snail's pace where your competitors are already launching. And then, when your product finally ships, it's like a puzzle piece that doesn't quite fit the market, or it can't scale with your business. All of this, it usually boils down to one big issue: a real lack of clear ownership and long-term vision.
So, how in the world do you escape this cycle? Well, the answer lies in taking a totally different approach. The solution isn't just a new tool or some piece of software. It's about the people. It's about having a dedicated software development team. The most important part is right there in the definition. This is not about hiring a freelance coder for a quick, temporary task. No, this is about integrating an entire team that is, and this is key, fully focused on your project. Their one and only goal is to build software that not only matches your immediate needs, but even more importantly, fuels your long-term strategy.
See, this whole model is built on a few key ideas. Because the team is dedicated, they work only for you. They're not trying to juggle 5 other clients. They really invest the time to deeply understand your business vision. So they aren't just checking off tasks, they're basically co-authors of your goals. And this allows them to adapt super quickly and provide something that's just so crucial: long-term accountability for the whole product.
Now, the success of this model isn't just some kind of magic. It really comes from a highly structured and totally transparent process. There's a 9-step blueprint that makes sure every single project moves forward with absolute clarity, right from that initial idea all the way to post-launch support.
The first 5 steps, they're all about building a rock-solid foundation. It kicks off with the consultation and discovery phase to create a really detailed project blueprint. From there, the right team is put together for that specific job. Only after all that's done does the process move to design, planning the tech, and then breaking all the work down into manageable sprints. You can already see how this kind of careful planning directly prevents those budget overruns and mismatched features we talked about earlier, right?
Okay, now we get into the build phase. Using agile delivery, features get built in these short, focused work cycles that allow for real-time feedback. Every single sprint goes through rigorous quality checks. But, and this is a big but, it doesn't just stop at deployment. That final step, continuous monitoring, is absolutely critical. The team is actually tracking performance and optimizing features after the launch, making sure the product doesn't just work, but that it actually evolves with your users.
All right, we've walked through the process, but what about the results? What's the payoff? This is where the model really starts to deliver some tangible, high-impact benefits for the business.
And here's where this model really stands out, especially when you compare it to, say, hiring a bunch of freelancers. A freelancer is usually task-based and is probably juggling multiple clients at once. A dedicated team, on the other hand, works only for you. That means you get direct, ongoing communication and, most importantly, full ownership of the product's success, not just one little feature.
And that focused approach, it pays off with some amazing benefits. A streamlined cycle means you get to launch your product quicker. You've got specialized experts, so you get higher quality work. By avoiding all that rework, you get serious cost efficiency. And because the team knows your business inside and out, you end up with perfectly customized features and the flexibility to scale whenever your market demands it.
If you need just one number to prove how reliable this model is, here it is: a 95% customer retention ratio. I mean, that's a seriously powerful testament. It shows that when businesses adopt this approach, they stick with it. And there's one simple reason why: it consistently delivers value.
So, is this all just a theory? Not at all. Let's take a look at where this model is actually being applied out in the real world. Its flexibility makes it a really powerful solution for some surprisingly diverse industries. Okay, so just a few examples. In healthcare, it's being used to build these incredibly complex systems for predictive patient tracking. Over in finance, it's developing robust fraud detection platforms.
For e-commerce, it's creating those smart, personalized recommendation engines we all use. And in logistics, it's building custom software for route optimization. In every single one of these cases, the solution is tailored to a very specific industry challenge.
This quote, I think, really just captures the whole essence of it. The goal isn't just to deliver a piece of software that works. The real goal is to create a true growth engine for the business, a tool that proactively helps you scale, innovate, and ultimately succeed.
So as we wrap this up, I'll just leave you with this one question to think about. Look at your own roadmap at your next big project. Are you just building another feature, or are you building an engine for real, scalable growth? Something to think about. Thanks for tuning in.